Alright, welcome back to the Navhimz channel. Today we're going to be talking about a potential new diss track season. And we might see another Kendrick versus someone diss track battle. And it's all because of Joey Badass. Oh boys, it's getting spicy up in here. If you're still unfamiliar with what I'm talking about, Joey Badass just took shots at Kendrick Lamar on his diss track against Rayvon on the finals. I mean, there's a lot to deep dive down here, but I'm specifically going to focus on the Joey Badass shots towards Kendrick and not the Rayvon one. But look at this last verse though. You can ask Killuminati part 2. Yeah, that was my last shot, and it's a difference between that and Ruler's Back. Let's be clear. I salute you, Kenny, but I know you're well aware. You're looking for some competition, then just know that I'll be right here. Woo! So that was a Kendrick Lamar shot. But before we get into a deep dive or like a quick summary, let's talk about the Joey and Rayvon beef. So this was a response to Rayvon's diss track titled Whole Era, which was also fun. That West Coast beat and that bumpy production, that was a nice listen, and that was a nice attempt from Rayvon. And also his new album, The Good, The Bad, The Dollar Menu, that was a nice listen. Definitely potential for top 10 rap albums of the year because it was really good. He talked about his struggles there growing up and a bunch of other good stuff. So gotta give Rayvon his props. He's really making a name for himself out there, and especially he's signed to TDE. That's gonna help him even more. But anyways, he took some shots against Joey here. He's telling him to get active, stop acting. That pretty fun hook. Hey Hoey, is you stupid or are you dumb? Popping it, then screaming about a 20v1. Hey Hoey, is it finished or you done? We don't give a f where you from. And also that last line was pretty funny too. You let Ice Spice turn into the king of New York. What the f? That whole era was a response to Joey's line towards Rayvon on the Red Bull Spiral freestyle that he just had a couple of days ago, which was fire as hell. All the guys, they did their thing on that freestyle. But f it, shine a light on them. I'm a light ray. Now how can I say this all in a nice way? If you need attention, tell Top you gotta pay. Look, I said what's a little pup to a K9, it's game time. I ain't green on the defensive, I'm on my Draymond. Empty out the clip on your whole click when I aim mine. I'm catching collaterals, hit you all at the same time. Joey's really talking his stuff over here. Really good stuff, man. Like, rap is competitive again this 2025. If it was competitive last year, it's competitive again. People beefing and all that shit. I guess it's good for the sport. But let's get to the main topic. That was just like a quick rundown, like a quick deep dive. Not really a deep dive, but like a more so a summary of this whole Joey and Rayvon thing. So, Joey Badass taking shots at Kendrick Lamar once more. Man, he really wants that. He really wants Dot to take the bait. He did this on the Ruler's Back as well. He's been begging forever now for this Kendrick beef. I guess he wants this. He wants to be part of the conversation. He wants to be included in the big three. He feels like he's been always left out. I mean, let's read lyrics from the Ruler's Back. It didn't start on the Ruler's Back. It started all the way back on Killuminati part 2, but we'll get to that in a minute. Let's talk about the Ruler's Back first. So, January 1st, 2025, the beginning of the year, Joey Badass comes out with this track called The Ruler's Back, and he's talking a lot on this Conductor Williams and Mario Luciano produced track. A lot of subliminals thrown towards Kendrick here. I got murals in my city, fuck a nomination. This for every time they left me out of the conversation. I'm back by popular demand and world domination. This for every time they left me out of the conversation, and it's probably a reference towards Kendrick not mentioning him on the Control verse that he put out a decade ago, which literally changed the rap game forever the following years. Too much West Coast dick licking. I'm hearing throwing rocks really ain't sticking. So he's really standing on his ground here. This ain't boom bap, this that boom bow bing. So a reference to Peekaboo most likely from GNX by Kendrick Lamar. We could run a fair one. I knew some real hitters, but I never fear none. Guess it's just the Brooklyn in me. They must not know where I'm from. Heard that they was looking for me. Okay, tell me. Tell him, here I come, I know when you're done with you. So, Joey's talking his stuff here, and he really wants to be in a conversation because he's been left out for years, and I guess he wants exposure as well because he feels like people are overlooking his abilities despite being in the rap game for so long. I mean, he has a classic under his belt, man. 1999, that mixtape that's like a top 10 of the 2010s and a potential top 10 of all time when it comes to hip-hop too as well, if we're being completely honest here. That was a really strong mixtape, but he really wants that Dot exposure, and he wants Dot to fight him. Remember what I said about this going all the way back a decade ago? Let's talk about that. Killuminati part 2. This is after the Control verse by Kendrick was dropped, and Joey here was making it clear that he felt ignored, he felt overlooked, considering the fact that he had a, I guess, neutral or maybe neutral or a positive relationship with Kendrick, but it was still left out on the names that was mentioned on Control by Kendrick. Be more specific next time you shout loud, amigo. I am not a star. In fact, I'm planning it all. Fuck what the media write. Bitch, this is a fire bar. Please don't leave your comment if you are not up to par. No names putting you in a verse that's too far. You set yourself up for that one, man. The king of New York. We ain't just gonna let that one hang. Last, got the throne and you ain't from my zone. The rest of the real is dead and gone. So he's making it really clear here that he felt, I guess, disrespected in a way because he wasn't mentioned on the people that Kendrick wanted to take out. Really interesting how this year has turned out so far. I don't think Kendrick will respond at the moment. I think he will though at the future, maybe like a feature where he mentions this whole Joey Bada situation, because this whole thing is low-key making a buzz, and this whole situation is like making a name for itself, where it might get to a point to Dot noticing it. I mean, if this Kendrick Lamar versus Joey Badass battle happens, it's gonna be very different compared to what we had, which was Kendrick versus Drake. That Kendrick versus Drake battle was just like pure hatred, man. And Joey here, he's making it clear that this is all competition. Like, this is all like a friendly fade. Like, he just wants it to be lyrical, no crazy like what happened between Kendrick and Drake. What happened between Kendrick and Drake, that was just pure hatred. I don't think they have bad blood with one another, or maybe they do. You never know what happens behind the scenes, but I think they're fine. And Joey just wants competition. And if Kendrick might want competition, Joey's right here. Joey's a lyrical demon. He is not no Drake. Joey is a better lyricist than Drake. So if Kendrick and Joey battled, it's gonna be a much closer battle. It's not, the gap isn't as large as what the people think. This is not gonna be a hydrogen bomb against a coughing baby. So this is gonna be interesting to see. This will be really interesting, man. I really want to see another beef, low-key, because that last year battle was just pure hatred, man. I don't even think we got to see Dot be competitive. He was just full of hatred, man. I feel like Joey's in video game right now, and he has to beat these guards to get to the final boss, which is Kendrick Lamar. And also, people have to keep in mind, Joey is not washed or any of those terms. Like, he's not weak, he's not washed. Obviously, he doesn't have the same energy or the same hunger that he once had, like what he had when he dropped 1999. But if Joey decides to turn up, he can and he will. 2000 was a laid-back record that he released, but if he decides to turn up, we're gonna be having some uncomfortable conversations. Joey's careful with the way he says words or with the way he raps, and that's really hard to go against. But Kendrick as well can turn up if he wants to, alright? Like, we cannot deny Kendrick's lyrical ability as well. Like, these are both lyrical monsters, and we cannot deny that. But if this battle ever happens, I don't even know who'll win. I just want it to be a good fight, and it would be good entertainment as well for the people. Anyways, that's that. Let me know if you want to see more content like this. Drop a like, sub, comment. See you!